So my name's Deekode, and I'm the head honcho, the CEO and label manager of MadWorld Records. So I think we're going to be the #1 record label in the world at some point. The reason I started this label, well, funny enough, is my boy Dexter actually started it, but I kind of come through at a latter stage. We were both heavily influenced by the film Donnie Darko, hence the term MadWorld, and it all kind of started from there really. And what we kind of concentrate on is just like every kind of aspect of underground music, especially drum and bass, leaning more towards garage and 140 dubstep recently, and we do all sorts, man. We've got a little bit of drill, a little bit of jungle, everything.
Yeah, nice. Where's your love for music come from?
My love for music, it starts with my old man. So he's a DJ himself. He's quite influential back a day towards the 80s and 90s, and yeah, his love for music, and especially my older brother, my sister, like their love for music, and I kind of like flowed through that as well. Like my sister, when I was like younger, I always used to hear like G Unit, 50 Cent, Club Land TV, like every kind of thing really, and yeah, just kind of like spurred from that really. Yeah, ironically speaking, with me being a drum and bass head, I just love the drums, and obviously all the kind of influences through that, and I believe that is a primary element into every kind of like electric kind of music.
You need some noise in the place, so I know you're still there.
Single, I'd have to say Dillinger primarily. Also like people like Fabio Groove Rider, especially DJ Randall, and then like currently for the actual like minimalism of drum and bass, it has to be like Skeptical, Alex Perez, Brethren. The list goes on. I'd have to say obviously the one that kind of made me fall in love with music most is Exit Records, especially like circa 2014, 2015. That was people like D-Bridge, Fracture, Mark System. Yeah, you know the score, man. You know the score. That's a very good question. I'd have to say off the top of my head straight away, Skeptical, Process Elimination, VIP. How do I put it into words? Like just the darkness and the eeriness is the main reason why I fell in love with the game, especially that kind of music. Number 2, I'd have to say Visage, Hurting Me. I mean, those 4 brethren, they're killing the game even more, but I think that was the first one that properly put them onto the scene and like left a massive impact on it. And the tune itself, just incredible.
What do you like about that tune in terms of
so their production in itself is crazy, but it's just the slickness, like the drum patterns, I mean all the like effects that goes into it. Yeah, it just, again, it's just groundbreaking, just like so sick. And then I'd have to say 3, and this is probably the one that comes to heart the most, is probably Mark System, Waiting for a Meaningful Title. The album that got released on Final Approach on Exit Records is just like, again, it's just it's soul food, man. Like that stuff, it just gives me shivers when I think about it.
You're on a different level.
Trust me, man. Top 3 labels, drum and bass. Number 1, Samurai Music. Again, just those like the steppers. It's like a kind of like different. It's clean. It's dark. It's murky. Number 2 would have to be, again, the amount of times I say it is ridiculous, Exit Records, but that is the reason I am the man I am today. And then number 3, like first and foremost, recently, it's got to be 10985. Shout to Alex Perez. I mean, that label's changing the game forever, and what I respect about it most is the kind of vibe that I push is just multi-genre-ness, especially like recent releases like Sam Binger's like remix of Melodrama, which is a garage tune itself.
Yeah, nice, man.